Abusia minchi na misan so mu akwa baso nko so efa we mra ye be media GH so eyade a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama atumi ayade wa nwaso bi ewo eye ye maame Charlotte Osei Abrabomu a enye izi obi bebisa se DNC de na ba this time round na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama akwakoye abusia atumi appoint ye former EC boss Charlotte Osei se onko no kwakoye eye board member of eye Ghana Gas na abusia sansem we eyade a NDC omo communication member baako ani din ede eye Esther Yensu ena de sansem we edi abetu ja me pese me kasa bo na pese ye kone kokoti ensem a edi so ene eye enije kese a atumi ahete eye ye maame Charlotte Osei obabi a owa chese nisu aba dane ne seria enye easy obehye ne nso edi amensa busu ha eda so aye be media GH se ene ne dedi koni channel so a bomodi subscribe like na bo a chama wo fe pension bi etimo enya bi enti yan kone kweti nsem no manche mu masisi a yedas
sabi obi a oye fundaka na onim emra ho hwe
so obi a oye fundaka
na speaking to law men ka so obi ye fundaka onye ni power
no like
yes but you see we know said those people that is their job.
That's
right. On study law and the one he's speaking to issues of constitutional matters Alaska you will not find that clarity but this is a situation where people who are supposed to know better know law are speaking like sabi obia or need that particular for like I just say who word I may find describe it kasa tum all because they are driven by raw sheer emotions. That is a problem. And I think that over the years, Nema Adienya Ewokroma because of this level of dishonesty on the part of some of so-called elite. These jump over elite. Alaska. They are not candid, they are not honest, and they are there just to serve personal interest in us. Whenever Adibi in court in their favor, no, they will find everything possible to make it look like this whole thing is a bad thing. My question is that whether it is Sofia Kufu, whether it is the MPP, whether it is Ghana Bar Association or whoever, are you very peeved about the ongoing process? Let them tell us what exactly or at what point the processes as has been outlined so far.
That's right.
The processes that we've gone through so far. Which aspect of it? And a indirect contravention of established rules of engagement. Or if you go under Article 146, where? So if you are speaking like the process is unfair, the process is whatever, just speak to fact. This is not about emotional campaign or emotional crusade. But what they are doing is some form of an emotional crusade and people are embarking on. It is not about whether you like the person or you don't like the person.
That's right.
Now in the past, those who suffer similar fate, was it about likeness? Was it about emotions? Because I've mentioned several times that there are a lot of people who must suffer similar fate. Akufo-Addo sake 4 lawyers, 4 judges. President Mahama sake your friends are shraj boss. No level is the same as a high court judge. These people have suffered similar fate. They were treated fairly. So that is what I'm saying, sir. When you get to a certain level now, Alaska, there are certain basic elements. You don't break them. When you breach them, you breach your own integrity.
That's right.
When you breach basic element of logic, reasoning, and common sense in your line of argument, you breach your own integrity because any sensible person will know that no, you are going emotional haywire. You are not making any sense. So now, no matter Ghana Bar Association for say the resolution bar, you see. These people, they've reduced themselves into an army of comic individuals who are there. Sabi, Obia himself, Ghana Bar Association, the purpose is supposed to serve, Alaska, it is no longer serving that particular purpose. Now, a political movement. Cheer a certain political agenda. Because now, an opinion may be say, say, Ghana Bar Association will chroma say. And in the last 8 years, and some Hununi and some Fun Akoso Kroma say, democracy na yebu ni komuno. Ghana democracy na at some point in time, young people were cheering for coup d'etat. It got to a point your democracy nka yebu ni kom. Your democracy has never in its history been stretched to its limit that we experience under Akufo-Addo. The judiciary na nkasa came under severe attack. Because there were some maneuverings, there were some executive, your friend is saying, manipulations in as if there was a deliberate attempt to pack the court, and a whole lot of stuff were done. We never on a single occasion heard from this bunch of individuals who are now out there barking like dogs. Alaska, when you do some of these things, people will not take you serious. Because there is this street assumption out there, say, oh, a lawyer there, or more there. But the Ghana in recent time we've known, say, I'm for free school by a lawyer, even do political stages or say, Alaska. Obi on see classroom that kind of thought and so on for so. You listen to some of them on radio. Or more Kasa, Alaska, the poverty of intellect. That more nyansa wom chain people. I'm not saying say all of them. Because there are smart, intelligent, respectable lawyers in this country. But it looks as if say in recent time, no, there has been a hostile infiltration of some caliber of people. They don't argue on any line of reasoning argument. It's about raw emotions and public sentiment. And no more happy. But Alaska, you have nothing to do with emotions. You have nothing to do with public sentiment. You argue fact. You argue logic. You argue reasoning, common sense. These are your cardinal principles upon which you premise every argument to make any argument. It is some people will find reason. People will find basis for your argument and they support you. Ghana Bar Association, I'm told, they run to about 5,000 people.
That's right.
They go to a conference to pass a resolution and 52 people show up. Some abstain. Alaska, which serious institution in this assassin way so? And 5,000 people, 52 they show up. Now you form resolution.
That's right.
And bunch of attention seekers. They just want their voices to be heard. They just want to be relevant. And on some more canon, so it's not premised on anything sensible.
That's right.
Because some more canon, so far, Obina True petition, they come out John Mahama. John Mahama, they come out Council of State. Council of State, I go through the process. Almost say there is merit. We need to establish a committee. A committee has been established. The Chief Justice has been given a chance. Say on your final response and as a for Alaska. From the start to this point, where?
And are you unconstitutional?
And are you unconstitutional? And the way a lawyer now can say a certain portion is unconstitutional. You are not a coffee maker, you are a lawyer. Argue law.
That's right.
Premise the argument on something that is grounded in law.
Because no matter the noise, the law is the law.
Because Alaska, arguments, will not be based on emotions. It will be based on factual, credible evidence. There has been an infraction. There has been some kind of contravention. Yeah, this provision, this. When you start speaking like this, then people know, oh yes, John Mahama bond the team pose or Baba say a judiciary, and now all your way. But that's not now. Processes now go through, no, until recently Akufo-Addo went through the same process. The only difference is that Akufo-Addo transit at the prima facie phase, Mahama has continued.
That's right.
That is the only difference. And where the president has suspended the Chief Justice, if you go to the Constitution, it's quite clear. Red and black. You have red and blue or red and black.
That's right.
The Constitution says, it may establish that prima facie no way. Now, you can see set up a committee. Alaska, from that point going, the president may. I'm saying, that is a discretionary injunction. Every lawyer way. This is an explicit thing. You don't even need to go to Makola to understand this. There is a constitutional injunction. It's a discretionary injunction on the president to exercise that power. Ghana Bar Association has no power. Former Chief Justice has no power. Nobody. It is only the president that has power to either exercise it or let it go. And if he has decided to exercise it, nobody can say, I don't know why it's unconstitutional. Unless Obi or any constitutional basis to justify otherwise. And yes, as a stand now, Alaska, what's the argument and all these people are making? What is it? Omubietime premise this whole thing or anything? Or say President Mahama, I don't know, it's unfair. And unfair is an emotional, is somebody
right.
Who has emotionally gone berserk. And you are just expressing sentiment. It's not law. It's not a legal argument. The Ekosono, I am Assembly the year Juma. And my culture said, me why I support this particular thing. It's not about the Chief Justice. Me no.
It's about the office.
It's about the sanctity and the integrity of one of the foundational institutions of our democracy, which is the judiciary. We cannot lose it. Because my culture says, we can get executive for being in the same hunu. You bring your parliament or moody or same hunu, political football no mobile. But judiciary, we cannot toy because your integration, your coercion, everything is contingent on how strong this institution is. We cannot have a judiciary where people can just manipulate it, swindle things to their personal advantage. We can't have that. And if you are Ghana Bar Association and you are not worried about the recent decline that our judiciary has been exposed to, then it means, hey, something is wrong. Alaska, if you are a lawyer in this country and you are not concerned or worried about the downward trend that your judiciary not taking in the last 80 years, you must be crazy. Yes, because every reasonable person will know, say, something has gone wrong. If nothing at all, cry just on the face value, Alaska. You were the apex court of the land, Kotenasi the ruling ba.
That's right.
And the ruling is deemed very silly, very unreasonable by people on social media who have no knowledge about law. But because they can calibrate through reasoning, common sense, and logic, they can use these three. Because my country says, law now, what's in is circulating within these three parameters.
That's right.
Any law that is devoid of logic, reasoning, and common sense, it is no law. That is why
those members, majority now your former government appointees. And at the end of they are fighting, fighting, so they are double no, follow the trend.
You don't make your integrity a casualty.
Exactly. I like the way
you can opt out and fight for Chief Justice. I'm a lawyer. Me free say, but don't hide behind Ghana Bar Association.
That's right.
Because in the first place, the institution need credibility in the eyes of right-thinking Ghanaians.
Yes, that's right.
There are people who are lawyers in this country. They don't even regard that so-called Ghana Bar Association. They don't. What has
but I think, sir, I was saying there must be another association. Exactly. That proposal,
I think they can.
They have to do that.
They can. Because you see, this particular thing has been weaponized and become more or less like a political tool. They only become activated when John Mahama is in power.
When NDC is in power.
Okay. They only become activated just to be used as a tool to go after people. And America said, no, the political landscape is standing around. You don't need to be a lawyer to be reasonable. Because I know a lot of smart, intelligent people who are super intelligent more than any of these people making noise out there. These people have never even been to. And these people are an embarrassment to the law profession. I remember the last somewhere, my friend Madame, one of the biggest professor in this country, and I told him, I said, why am I say me call law school? Because unum argument. Also, so not alternatives no here, near my man for a year. I said, na hom te ye na bufu because law na yakosia na ye de be boa to build society no abaya chinjeje Ghana nkwa ne lawyers adan chinjeje fo edu ko TV so anopa wait ya the same argument we kan kwasasem one we kan kwasasem ha just unhu nyansasem bi
it's not backed by with the omakosia
no
but with emotions.
They are trading emotions. So these people have betrayed their core things that they have learnt at school, and they're just trading emotions, embarrassing themselves here and there.
Okay, in conclusion,
so, things we are supposed to learn and help us here to build this society, and then people have weaponized it, and instead of saying they law they are weaponizing it, and do any move BS or mind the corner nimbia na the court young sign. But the whole essence of learning law is to advance society. Sabaya young for memra never to me and make sure say quiet nim weaving legal framework policy in as a for now legal framework be a beb guiding as a for them but deviate people are just learning law just to be judging obisu say me pesa me policy they say me question law. He doesn't even understand why they are learning all of this. You understand? So for me, Ghana Bar Association is a rogue institution. You can't rogue out as or might be North Korea or no ankasa ten hono or the oil be kun sa no motie. Just they are just waiting for way. It's a political tool. And I'm not sure say any serious person will take them serious. They've lost their relevance. And the Omoyan, people should see them say they are rogue elements who are fighting for a particular political cause.
Okay.
Chief Justice in Nasepono Mokosono say Omunim say Obiat from Ra. Position portion na Emrania from no and discuss it. Say Omodeba Nampa Domahama from Emra. You better studio ha. We will tell him to correct those wrong. But until that, and not people who submitted a petition time and time have told you that these are not politically exposed individuals.
That's right.
Police ni or no obina defraud no Thomas Asema no bro ni be girlfriend. And na Koforidua takrade beachfront as I say. And na bro ni no free Netherland o tukwan. Enti all kono. And na I'm saying the girlfriend no ko forge documents power of attorney. Say bro ni no say on town sa beachfront no. And na okoton asase ma police ni and na police ni toy and I think say obi tie ho kire bro ni say na o beach front na da han waton say me ton say o girlfriend aton and na say no buy na the court and na court no ka kire police ni say na wo police ni we lawyer I didn't think wanya due diligence na wutimi ma oba we ko forge documents beton ade na ma bra bro ni na nkasa nya ne de because power of attorney na o de buy o gina so e to free ni ho no e fake. Okay. Onwa okoye no Medina, yes Medina was a hefa baby, dome baby, and okoye dem no okoye. Na obi a wo ye lawyer na wa ma